Well, hi everyone, and welcome to another 5-Minute Friday. I'm Andy Smith, mortgage consultant with A&N Mortgage, and this week I have Ashley Evans with me. Fun fact about Ashley, we actually grew up together in Wales in the UK. Ashley's now living on the West Coast, just outside of Seattle. So welcome, Ashley.
Hey, Andy, thank you for having me.
So hey, I'm going to start our 5-minute timer. So it wouldn't be a 5-Minute Friday without a 5-minute timer, right? So here we are.
Okay, sounds good.
Pressing start, and
All right.
Here we go. What we're going to talk about a little bit this week is the current market kind of conditions in your King and Snohomish County, and kind of compare that with Chicago. So first things first, I guess we should hand the floor over to you. Tell us a little bit about market conditions at the moment where you are.
In King County and Snohomish County, at the moment, King County is the county that Seattle's in, and Snohomish County is the county immediately north of it. The market is, we could say hot is one way to put it. Inventory is at all-time lows. We're down to 0.26 months of inventory now in Snohomish County.
Low, right?
And yes. So, I mean, I used to be a realtor in the Bay Area, and so I've seen it somewhere akin to these levels before. But for Snohomish County, this is like historically, all-time low inventory, and push prices up historically high, particularly when you look alongside the historically low interest rates.
Yeah, and I'd say that's similar in the Chicago market. We definitely have more on the market, but yeah, definitely much a seller's market at the moment. And I don't know how you guys fare in terms of the winter market. Generally, things slow down a little here over the winter, but it has not stopped at all. We are originating loans like nobody's business. Is that the same for you?
Yeah, it was interesting this year because of COVID-19. I think essentially we kind of compressed the market. So say late last spring up here, we got a lot less than we would in terms of transactions. But then when everyone saw the prices going up and they felt the ability to do it and the confidence in it, we did see some listings come on and buyers just continue to come out in droves. And we started the year with serious buyer intensity anyway, and already it is shortage. And this just, like I said, made it so much shorter. So September saw our all-time price highs in both Snohomish County and King County, and that bled through a little bit. But then, yeah, I'd say just at the end of November, December, new listings dropped off again. Yeah.
So when we were prepping for this interview, one thing I think we were both very excited to talk about was the conforming loan limits and how that's increased.
Very much so.
I think as a mortgage geek, confessed mortgage geek, so our conforming limit here in the state of Illinois, and in fact most of the country, has now increased to 548,250. For those of you watching who don't know what that means, so up to 548,250 is a conventional loan. Once we go beyond that point, we have something called jumbo loan. Jumbo loans historically are slightly harder to source, slightly higher interest rates, just a more unique product. Now, one of the reasons that I was so excited to chat to you about this is because in your two counties, the conforming limit is actually 776,250. So there are few places in the country where that's the case. So a fun topic for us to chat about. So tell us a little bit about how that's affected you as an agent, and how that affects the market when these limits get increased.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen later this year. I mean, it's still very early days, obviously, in this year to kind of get that data to kind of make that assessment. I would say that obviously that's always a pleasant thing for the buyer to see those increased. It can't be a bad thing. On the ground, again, because inventory is so low here and things are so competitive, and actually our appreciation in just year over year is more 8 to 10%. So that's about 4.6% increase in terms of the loan limits and conforming. So in reality, it isn't really going to be the factor that affects that much on the ground here in Washington.
So then my final question for you, I know we're kind of running out of time. If someone watching the video is thinking about moving to King or Snohomish County, what are your top tips for a buyer relocating?
Okay, so I mean, the first thing I would just emphasize is if it's possible at all that you actually get on the ground in the Puget Sound area, Seattle, King County, Snohomish. There's only so much that remotely you can kind of perceive.
Absolutely.
If you have to do it remotely, obviously, that's possible in this day and age. But one of the main beautiful things about this area is just the diversity in terms of the neighborhoods, from high rises, from waterfront properties, great brand new row homes, new construction, right up to like modern farmhouses. Whatever you're looking for in terms of lifestyle, I feel like this area can support it. You just want to get off the freeway and actually go and check out some neighborhoods.
Definitely, yeah.
Perhaps with a good local realtor.
Well, looks like that's our 5-minute timer going there, Ashley. Thanks so much for joining us this week. Really appreciate you taking part in 5 Minute Friday. Maybe we can catch up about those conforming loan limits in about 6 months' time, so that you've seen the impact.
Sounds great.
Take care.
Thank you very much, Andy. Appreciate it. You have a great one.
Thanks, Ashley. If you are looking to finance a new home, second home, investment property, or refinance your current home, contact me today.